Hello there and welcome to another video of Tess Illustrates. Right now I'm still in the middle of the Love Butterfly challenge. I only painted these two that you are seeing the sketches of right now. This week just wasn't really my week for painting, at least. I wasn't feeling well and that really reflected in my painting, or more in the amount of hours that I painted. I almost painted none, and some days I didn't paint at all, and for me that's pretty uncommon. I almost paint every day of the week. As I'm doing this voiceover, it's Thursday, and I think I've painted the most of this on past Friday and the last 3 days in the weekend and on Monday, and I almost didn't paint at all, and on Tuesday I tried, but I stranded pretty quickly because it wasn't going very well. So yeah, it's been a tough week, but I managed and I'm happy with the end result. Now these two paintings are finally finished, and in this vlog we are gonna look at some of the process videos that I made during this painting process. The first butterfly that I started and the second one are actually the same butterfly, but the two different sides of the butterfly, because the underwings of this painted Jezebel were really pretty with bright red and yellow spots. This one I started the past Friday, like I said, but I finished the underside with bright spot first. After not painting on this specific butterfly for a couple of days, I wasn't really feeling the painting anymore, and also the one with just simpler colors, with just it's a bit of a brownish gray, and the white is much harder to paint than one with more colors. So that's also why I decided to paint the underside first. For the white parts of the wings I used a lot of really diluted Payne's Gray and some diluted yellow ochre. White wings seldom look really white, even though they appear white, because they pick up all the other colors from the surroundings. And in the reference photo I also saw that it picked up some blue and yellow. And because I was using Payne's Gray in the wings and in other parts of the butterflies, I thought that would be a nice addition. And with the yellow in the other side of the wings, I decided for the yellow ochre, because I thought the yellow that I was seeing on this side might be those spots shining through. After this butterfly I still have to paint three of them: the peacock butterfly, the purple mountain emperor, and the Indian leaf one. I'm mostly looking forward for the peacock one because it's one with a lot of pattern again, and we know I love those. So yeah, I'm looking forward to them, but I'm taking it easy on the last three with myself because officially the last day of the challenge was yesterday, and I still need to paint those three, so I'm just gonna do them on my speed that I can do them right now and that I can manage to do them. So there will be a bit less or a bit more time between them. I must say that even though I'm a bit sad that the challenge is almost over and that we won't be seeing so many beautiful butterflies on our feed from Instagram anymore, I'm also a bit relieved that the challenge is over because it will give us more time again to paint other things too, like birds or beetles or other mediums like digital that I can do now with my iPad and gouache. But that brings me, I don't think I mentioned it yet, I just got my iPad in the mail the other day. It's something that I've been wanting for a long time, and I always put it off because they are just so expensive. But this one I managed to get on a pay plan, so I don't have to pay it all at once. And that allowed me to get one now, finally. And it will make a lot of things a lot easier, like editing this video, for example. I'm doing this right now on the iPad, and I'm also thinking that the voiceover that I'm recording right now also sounds a lot better already than when I was recording it with my phone, because before this I recorded everything with my phone, the footage and also the audio, and I edited the videos too with my phone. So this is gonna make things a lot easier, and I also think they're gonna make things sound better than they did before. So far I mainly have been fooling around with it a bit. Also I'm still waiting on the case and the screen protector, as I was videotaping this. Right now I have it, and it makes me feel a lot more secure about the iPad, and before I was a bit afraid to draw on it and everything. But yeah, this was the first doodle that I was doing on it, and I will be fooling around a lot more with it. As I was saying earlier, the first butterfly that I finished was actually the underside of the painted jezebel, and these are some shots of that one after I finished it. I still had to remove the yellow lines, but I did that later. And I didn't film any of this process because I just wanted to paint and keep it simple, not worry about how I was sitting and if I was filming it right, because like I said, I wasn't feeling well and it was a bit tough to get back in painting while feeling like that. And yeah, after that, and after I did the right side of this butterfly that we saw a moment ago, because I was only filming the left side, technically I paint the same on both sides, so I thought that wouldn't add much value to the video to also film the right side. But yeah, I filmed after that again and I felt a bit better. I'm still not there, but it will take some time. And with this side, with both the white areas and the dark areas, I was layering a lot. I feel that with simple paintings like this, or at least they look simple with just two colors, in this instance a bit of grayish brown and off-white, it becomes really flat and simple looking really quickly, and it takes some practice to build up layering processes that make your painting look more interesting. And that's why I love using layering in paintings like this, but also in my other paintings, because it gives them more depth. It makes your painting more interesting to look at, even if it's a simple one like this with just two colors. And it gives you a lot more handles to make a painting that is a bit more difficult to paint like this one, because it's so simple, and it gives you just more handles to paint that. And with the white I did that also. I mentioned it a bit already earlier on with the blues and the Payne's grey and the yellow ochre that I used in the wings. But that can be a bit scary in the beginning, but I rarely use just one color in the white. I tend to mix various light colors and also build up the light colors on the white wings or other white fur or anything white, really, because white isn't really white, and even though it's scary, it will give your painting a lot more depth to add colors to the white, and also to add a lot of layering to both the dark of this wing and also to the white. I hope that bit about layering of colors still made sense, because I had to record it 3 times because the recording wasn't saving and I didn't really understand what I was doing wrong, but apparently a bit of music that I already had put in was in the way of the new voice over file, and that was what I was doing wrong. But I'm sorry if that bit was a bit confusing now after having to record it for 3 times. This Love Butterfly Challenge is actually gonna be the first monthly challenge that I have finished, so that's gonna be really nice. I finished a bit late, but that's okay. And I'm so happy with all the paintings that I made. I have more than 15 butterflies because there were 15 butterflies in the challenge, but I did a few more like this one. I did the underside and the upper side of the wings. I also did one by Bitter Buttons Art. I mentioned her in one of my earlier vlogs, the Nietzsche mod. It was challenged by her, and I did my own challenge with the That's Hawk mod. And I also did one for Carrie's art challenge or art club challenge. I will leave links in the description below, but the orange tip was for her challenge, and I also did the male and the female for that one together with the purple tip, because I found it funny that they where the orange tip and the purple tip, that they were so similar and everything. So I did a few extra here and there, and in the end I don't know if that was so smart, because it was a lot of paintings in 1 month. I don't think I have ever in my life painted so much in 1 month as I did this one. That's on one hand wonderful, because I love that I have painted so much, because now I have a lot of beautiful butterflies which I'm very happy with. But on the other hand, I'm also feeling a bit burnt out by all the painting, and I'm also missing other mediums a lot. Like I mentioned, the digital and the gouache. And I used to also draw a lot with pencils and with watercolor pencils or pastels. So I might be doing some other mediums soon, because I just missed the varying of stuff. I don't like doing a lot of the same after each other. Although I enjoyed this challenge a lot, and I enjoyed doing it with other people. And if there's gonna come another one, I will definitely join again, because it has been a lot of experience in painting. And of course also a lot of fun. But yeah, I just like varying in which medium I'm painting and what subject I'm painting, and trying out a lot of new stuff, trying mixed media. I'm just more motivated by trying out all the different stuff. I also have some ink lying around that I haven't painted much with yet from Ecoline, and I'm also looking forward to diving a bit more into those and doing also a first impression video for those, because I haven't done one yet. So yeah, and I just have a lot of stuff lying around that I still want to try and that I want to keep painting with, because some stuff I already tried and I loved painting or drawing with it. So I'm looking forward to that again. Right now we have already started the last details of this painting with the antenna and eyes, a lot of stippling in the wings. And yeah, I'm safe to say that I'm happy this one is finished. This one took me way too long. Generally, I don't like being busy with paintings more than 3 days, just because then my attention is away from the painting. I lose connection with the painting, and I just get inspired by other stuff, other mediums, other photos, other stuff that I had seen. And yeah, then I want to go on with something else. So for most, 3 days is already a lot of time, but with detailed paintings like this, 3 days is not a lot of time. In watercolor, I manage it most of the time, but for example, if I work in watercolor pencils or colored pencils, it's already gonna take longer. And that's okay, that's just the way I like to work. And that's something that I know of myself, and that I, in that stage of the painting, just have to keep pushing and just have to go sit and finish it, even though I'm not really feeling it anymore. And that I still have to be patient with my painting, because sometimes I tend to rush it a bit if I get to that stage that I'm no longer feeling inspired by the painting. So yeah, it's good to know stuff like that from yourself, and that way you can catch mistakes before you make them. If you are still here in the video, we are almost at the end, and I want to thank you very much for watching. I also want to thank my Patreons, Perosu, Hans, Chris and Allison, for supporting me over there and with this channel. I appreciate you all so much, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye!